All right, we're live. Third time is always a charm. You've got Ashley Weeds here. I'm joined by my friend Sarah Verbeek. Sarah, I've been dying to interview this woman for a long time, since at least the beginning of this year, which has felt like forever. So Sarah, you're over in Youngstown, Alberta, Canada. Is that right?
That's right.
And then
Canadian.
you're a mama as well. You've got three kiddos. Is that right?
Yes, my oldest is 19, my middle son will be 17, and my youngest is 8.
Bam. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have thought you're in your 20s. Come on now. So Sarah, I've been following her journey for a little bit now. And if it kind of freezes a little bit, my internet is a little cray right now. So sorry, guys. But as you're jumping on, do tell us hello. Tell us where you're watching from. So Sarah, I want to get down to the point, because you're a very driven and relentless woman. But I want to take it back just a couple of notches before you were this force that you are right now. Like, where did you come from? Like, what was your before story of all the massive changes you're doing now?
So, okay, so a little bit like back the truck up. So, my life has been far from easy. And I think that's what makes me relentless. I've gone through many storms, many struggles. I was married for just about 20 years, and I fell in love with this man, and he was amazing, and he was an alcoholic, and there nothing against alcoholics. It's just one of those things that, it robbed him from me. And I lost a lot of myself during those 2 decades. But what I found, and he just recently passed away from alcoholism in April. Super hard. I probably get emotional. But 7 years ago, I hit my rock bottom. I can't do this anymore. I need to do something and look after myself. No one was coming to rescue me, and I need to rescue my own damn self. And like you and I've had many chats, and, a lot of people can't stay motivated, and I just need to look myself in the mirror, and there's my motivation right there. I'm down 91 pounds. I had put on 91 pounds of weight. And no one is responsible for your happiness, but I was taking the weight of a lot of choices, and I was carrying that weight, and I was not making good choices. My reflection was the choices that I was making to soothe myself was through food. That's how I was soothing myself. And I was just literally drowning in life. I was drowning in darkness, because a lot of those foods were, people don't realize that there are a lot of foods that make you feel sad. We think that they're temporary high, but they actually make you feel sad. And then you have the weight piling on, and that reflection can make you feel sad, and the lack of energy can make you feel sad, and you almost get into this vicious cycle that the alcoholic is in, because you have a different addiction that you are coping and dealing and living life through. So I hit my rock bottom 7 years ago. I gained 91 pounds after my third son. He was born 9 weeks early. It was just a really hard time for myself. And I just looked myself. It was January, and everybody makes those New Year's resolutions. And I remember literally looking myself in the mirror and being like, girl, like, this is not your story. This is not how your life is going to end. And my friend had been reaching out with Thrive, wanted me to thrive with her. My heart was hard. I was super ungrateful. I was in that low mood, and I was just an ignorant no. I was saying no to something I had no idea what I was saying no to, because I was in this brain fog. I was just in this state of being that was not healthy. And so I nearly blocked this blessing. So I kept watching her post. She was happy. She was energetic. And I just wanted to be happy again. I just wanted to come alive and just get running again. Before this, I was an energetic marathoning mom, and I couldn't put my finger on why I couldn't get back there. I was trying, but I was too exhausted. I was too tired to enjoy my life. That's how tired I was. And so I kept watching her, and I knew I needed to do something. I looked myself in the mirror, and I was like, okay, like, you need to force yourself to be active. And so I signed up for a marathon. I was out training one night. Go ahead and go outside. Keeping it real. Okay, no.
Mom life doesn't end. My kids will
Mom's
show up
life doesn't end.
underneath my desk and say hi.
There you go. So anyways, I went out for this run. I hit my knees because I was too exhausted to run. And I literally said a prayer. I was like, God, like, I don't know what I need, but you lead and I'll follow. I need something. And power of prayer, I get goosebumps just telling you all this, but I walked back sobbing. And it was at the end of my corner. I was walking into, it was like 11:30 at night. My house was sleeping and my messenger binged again. And it was my friend reaching out saying like, girl, like, I really want you to check this out. I know I was on her heart. So finally I went to the website. When I saw what this product was, I was not new to supplementing. I knew a lot about the body, and that's why it was so frustrating. So I promptly requested her sample, literally stalked the post office because I couldn't wait to get this product because I thought it was my ticket to run again. And so I got my sample, 2 capsules as soon as I woke up the following morning. Super important you take this product properly. 15 minutes later, mix up my lifestyle mix, threw on the DFT. I was set. I didn't expect to feel anything. I had supplemented for years, never felt them work in my body. But that day, I just came alive. I was thriving. My house was clean. You know, supper's in the crock pot. And I'll never forget that day. 11 o'clock, Caleb was sitting in his high chair, and the tears of joy, like that inner blissful joy. I was back. I was that go-getter getting things done. I was just like bomb. I was just beast mode. And 2 o'clock, I went for a run, and I have not looked back. It took me about 10 months to drop 67 pounds. And like I said, I'm down a total of 91 pounds. And, you know, a lot of people like what keeps you motivated, like moving and stuff? The product, I feel so good, but also I never want to go back there. Until you've lost your joy and you literally, I wanted to end my life. That's how dark my days were. And so once I got on the path of wellness, and once, you know, I think a lot, I motivate myself, you know, I don't take life for granted. I literally watched my husband die alive, you know, from alcoholism, and get emotional. People don't cherish their wellness and their happiness and their inner joy and things like that until it's gone. And so when he passed away, April 11th, it was like 4 days of numbness. I'm just being real with you guys. And I went back to soothing myself with everybody's bringing over that comfort food. And I was just like paralyzed. And I remember waking up on day 4 after he passed away. And my son looked at me and he said, Mom, you're going to be okay. Get up. And I signed up for the E60 challenge. And, you know, I was just like, the first week was hard to get up. I was in really good shape, you know, but it's just an emotional pull on me. But when I went to say my goodbyes to my husband, his cold body, I had a ring on my finger and it said, be the light. I placed that on his finger, said goodbye, and I vowed that I would be the light and show people you do not have to cope like that. But you do not have to cope with food. You can rise up. You can sweat. You can, working out for me, I think I'm day 99, maybe of 60. I have not missed one day of sweating since that day 4. Working out for me is taking on a whole new meaning. The sun hits different. The raindrops hit different. Life is to be celebrated different. Every area of my life has been affected by death in the most beautiful way. Because I am going to celebrate my life. And that is not taking those breaths for granted, not missing that sweat, working that out, you know, and moving your body and cherishing your body and putting good things in your body. And so I am grateful that it was placed on my heart to put that ring, Be the Light, on his finger, because whether I knew it or not, he was lighting up my life. And I said, I don't know why people have to die for you to cherish your life.
Mm.
But it is a sad truth.
It is.
It is a sad truth, but there's silver lining by me getting up, getting after it. 3 young sons showing up brave, showing up courageous, showing them they're worthy of love and being the positive light that I can be in their life has just created like a domino effect for them. So our energy is transpired, whether it's good energy or bad energy. And I think that's something that you need to hold on to your energy too. Don't let people around you consume the, like, it. Sometimes you got to go through a massive cleanse. You know, you have to remove anything that is stealing your joy. If it is not peace, love, and joy, let it go. Let it go. Life is too short to hang on to those things and thrive. Like, fill your body up with premium nutrition. Like, when I get back from a run, so I decided to run for my husband because he taught me how to run marathons, you know, and before I'd even started thriving. And so that day 4, it was like, I think April 20th. So he passed away April 11th. April 20th, I signed up for a half marathon. I ran that half marathon, you know, and so it has just created this ripple of blessings. I'm running 7-8 minute miles. You know, I am in the best shape of my life. And I said, this is a season pre-thrive that if I'd have hit this season before, I would have gained weight and got sad. But instead, I rose up and I've thrived and I've stayed fit and I've stayed focused. And there's just, I can't say enough good things about going through grief healthy.
Mm-hmm.
And happiness is a state of being. Happiness is an internal thing. So if you are focused on your internal personal wellness for your individual self, that is not selfish. How are you going to look after other people if you're constantly being consumed by exterior distractions and environments? You have to nurture that inner self. You have to look after your own personal wellness in order to show up the best that you can for life. So when I say I'm fit for life, I'm fit for life. I mean, throw it at me. Throw life at me, and I'm just going to come back well. I'm going to
I
come
love
back with
that.
a good
I love that you
mindset
said that.
and power. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's so many golden nuggets for that, Sarah. But that coming from a place of wellness versus a weight loss product, that says more about Thrive than I could ever say in a single sentence.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm not working out for weight loss. I'm working out for my emotional wellness, my mental wellness. But here's the deal. My weight, I am like buffed. Like, I have shed so many, and I say every pound that I've lost, I swear it's something that happened to me. It was something that I was like soothing with food. Mm-hmm. So everything that I've lost is things that I've worked through. You know, it's gone now. Mm-hmm. And you just feel lighter as a being. It has nothing to do with the weight is just the weight of the world that was weighing you down. All those things. But how I'm responding to things is completely different. Mm-hmm. Completely different. And so healthy.
Yeah. And I was talking about the weight of people pleasing and letting go and shedding that weight. Like that's all a part of being emotionally and mentally well, and that feeds into your physical wellness too. So
wellness is a state of being.
Yeah.
You can't be mentally and emotionally well if your physical foundation isn't solid.
Mm-hmm.
It all starts on the inside and what's going on, because if you are not well on a physical foundation, you can't and that's why, you know, when I was younger, I was on medications for low mood.
Mm-hmm.
And what I realized, you know, the difference, I'm just thriving, you know, for years I've not had a prescription filled for like a decade. And what I've noticed is all of those, the mood, your body responds, its mood is a reflection of your wellness. Mm-hmm. That is your body's way of saying, I'm not happy right now, you know? So when I can go through grief and still find joy, and I didn't have to put a mask on that period of my life, I got naturally high after I went for my run. I lifted weight to relieve that weight, you know, and all of those things. Like there's just so much positivity from just being well on a natural basis and just nurturing your body. And I think that's something, being kind to yourself, giving it lots of water, giving it really good fuel, you know, and giving it everything that it needs. Take a long bath, you know, all those different things is a natural way to promote wellness. And people overlook those natural things or don't take time.
It's a bunch of little things. It's no singular thing. You're right. Sarah, before you go, I want to be mindful of your time here, and such a beautiful message today. We've got people in the audience that don't know how to start their wellness journey, all the way to people that are physical trainers that don't think they need something like this. So what advice would you give those type of people on both spectrums?
I think one of the things I say, Thrive is for the 90%ers. 5% of the population thinks they're too good for it, and 5% of the population does not think they're worthy. But here's the deal, you guys. Every body, I'm speaking on behalf of your body, wants to thrive. Whether you let it or not is all up here. But your body, physically, emotionally, and mentally, ask me after, wants to thrive. Mm-hmm. So I was a know-it-all as well as a marathon runner, ultra marathon runner. And when life was good. But I got to a place after I had my third son. And what we don't realize, especially moms, we're building humans. It's natural for your body to become depleted when you are a mother giving to build another human being. That is a good mom. I mean, I nursed my son. I provided life to a person. So I naturally, my body gave away without hesitation. So I became depleted and he was thriving proper. That's a good mama. You know, mm-hmm. I gave to my offspring, but my body took the toll. It took a toll on me, on my personal wellness. So you can't pour from an empty cup. I had to replenish what I lost during pregnancy, what I lost during nursing, all of those things. And just that, you know, it's exhausting. Your body's just going through I mean, when you think of the magnitude, the magnificent thing that we can build babies, humans, that's not small, you know, like, and then to think that we have to short ourselves or we're not worthy of nutrients. I mean, mm-hmm. It doesn't make any sense, but we get in this state of mind thinking like, oh, I don't deserve it. Well, I mean, you just built a person. If anybody deserves
or they don't need it. I have a lot of postpartum mamas that like, I have a prenatal, I'm fine, I don't need something like this.
It's not the same. I've supplemented for years, and I had never taken a supplement that I felt the first day.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not feeling it, it's a clear indication that your body is more depleted than you realized. But I mean, this product is my lifeline. Like, it has helped me endure so many things and breathe life into my sons and breathe life into other people and to still go on, you know? And I just think, like, I'm so grateful. Like, I can't, you know, my world could go upside down in the gratitude that I continue to feel internally.
Mm-hmm.
There is just something to be said for that alone. It's like grace. It's just, I can't even, it's just the most incredible feeling. And until you've experienced it, I said, you know, until I lost my joy, I didn't really value it. But when it was gone, I was just like desperate to get my joy back.
Mm-hmm.
That true inner joy, not the plastered smile. But when
Mm-hmm.
I get back from a run and I'm jacked, man, I am like, I get back and I'm like, hot diggity dang. That felt freaking, like, I feel like I'm in a Ferrari. Like,
I
ain't no
see your
soccer mom
pictures.
fan here. Like, I'm like, woo, this is
Yeah.
41, you know,
Yeah.
and, you know, a lot of people, like, can't even drag themselves off the couch at 30. And I'm like, you are missing your life. They're taking
Mm-hmm.
all these naps. If I added up the amount of time I was sleeping like there's no tomorrow before this product entered my body, I was planning my days around naps. I was begging my kids to get to bed, and I was so short tempered because they weren't tired because they weren't tired. But I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted them to go to bed so I could go to bed. And then I was short tempered, and then I was upset with them because they didn't want to sleep. And that's no way to treat your children. You know,
Yeah.
so it's just all of these things. And I felt ungrateful for them. I wasn't enjoying the time that I had with them. And it
Mm-hmm.
was just like all these things that were all revolving around my own personal wellness that was just, I was constantly putting back into my own family. And it was not a good feeling, you know, as a mom. That's not the way you want to go to sleep at night, you know. Oh, I just shouted at my kids, or it wasn't their fault. And then you have this mom guilt, and then your day just starts all over again. And it's just like, no, like now it's like my older sons, they'll say to me, like, Mom, Caleb needs a bedtime. Because I'm like wide awake and he's wide awake, and we do stay up way later than we should. But and you know what, this is another thing I want to talk about real quick. Caleb, I started him on the product at 9 months young, and he was premature, and he has not had one antibiotic in 8 years.
Wow.
And he was supposed to have a compromised immune system because he was 9 weeks premature.
Mm-hmm.
So talk about gut health and immune support. I can't say enough good things about this product, but when your body is thriving and all the goodness is going in and, you know, combating all the bad bacteria, it's natural for your body to be able to look after its own wellness when you give it the tools and the properties that it requires to be well and thrive.
Yeah. That's perfectly said. Real quick, Sarah, before you go, tell us about running in the flip-flops. Okay, I know a lot of people are curious about that. Yeah.
Okay. So I have been a runner for years, and I do not like tan lines, the ankle socks or whatever. So when it's super sunny, I just throw on my flip-flops. They're not fancy flip-flops. I love the rubber fit like a glove flip-flops, and I just run, man. I run on the balls of my feet. I rarely heel strike, and I'm just like a bear. Like, you would think I'm just like a kid, just running, you know. And that's, I think, like another freedom when you have the energy and you feel like a kid, you know, all like forever. Like, I'm like, is this feeling ever going to go away? And it just doesn't. It just honestly keeps getting better. And it's just the most freeing feeling to just throw on whatever you've got. Like, I think a lot of people overcomplicate things, or they think they need all this time, or, you know, they got to hit the gym and they got to do all the things. And I'm like, actually, you just need to thrive, and you'll feel like running like a kid. When you think of your kids and how fit they are, do they go to the gym? No, they're just enjoying their life. They're doing everyday things and enjoying life. I do backflips off the diving board, 41 years young. My son and I go swimming, I'm swimming with him. You know, all the things. I don't sit on the sidelines. I'm doing it with him because I want to. And that's what I think is a big difference. And he loves it. He loves it when I play with him. Like, he just, like, that's his favorite thing, jumping on the trampoline. Like, they're at school. And they say, like, draw the things that your parent, and he's like, well, my mom jumps on the trampoline with me and she takes me swimming. She does backflips at the diving board. I'm like, yeah, that's the mom that I want to be.
And you are.
And
you
am.
are. And it's perfect. I know you got to run, but if anybody wants to learn more about Thrive, you want to get this in your body and feel like how Sarah feels, reach out to me. If you're seeing this on Sarah's page, reach out to her. But either way, reach out because you need this. Sarah, thank you so much for your time. You're a relentless, passionate woman, and I can't wait to see us create more relentless and passionate people and thriving in their life.
Thrive, man. Thrive in life. Don't let your life pass you by. Life is passing us by whether we want to accept that or not. But if you can feel like $1 million, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. You deserve it.
Have yourselves a wicked night. Catch y'all later.
Thank you. Take care, Sarah. Bye.